This month is Teletherapy. Wow, I always forget how little my box is when I use Zoom. And the light's probably going funky. Sorry about that. As you may have guessed, I already said that out loud, I'm recording this on Zoom. I know there are other platforms out there to do teletherapy. This is the platform I'm the most comfortable with. So yeah, it also helps that this is the platform that my employment offers, they purchased everything for us. So this is what I'm using. This month's videos are going to be very similar to how I did last month in February with signs. This very first video is going to be more along the lines of introduction, here's some things to think about, and tips and tricks that I have. The following weeks are going to be focused more on articulation, language, and I have yet to figure out that third week. Or, no, I have, I just don't remember what it is. Now, interesting turn of events, I've already done a teletherapy video before. I'll put a link in the description box below with the information from that video. That video is more along the lines of, this is what I do at home, this is what you need to think about, not online, but more about your surroundings of what you have as the clinician. First thing about teletherapy to realize is it's going to be different. You now have a screen that blocks you. There are some therapists that decide, I'm going to do exactly what I did before, only this time we're going to have that screen. And that's great, that's wonderful. It's hard to get that interaction in. Look, I have a dog. Let's play with it. You can't touch it, but by all means, you could still do teletherapy similar with similar activities that you did before. There's just a difference from seeing a dog from actually feeling the dog and making the dog talk. So right now you are seeing me as I am. I see what is on my computer. Before I share screens of my desktop, I want to share with you this amazing tool that I found. The whiteboard. Now the whiteboard has many different features that I am able to use. I can still mute myself. I am still able to stop my video. There is a button for security. I have never touched that one. I can add participants, kick participants out from the whiteboard. I can jump to a new share screen. We will go into that later. I can pause what I'm sharing. So I can pause it, completely change it, and then reshare or start sharing again. But now it says whiteboard. When I click on that, I am able to have so much fun. Case in point, I can type what the client is saying. So if they are telling me a 5-part story, a 2-part story, if they're telling me anything that I need to record, I can type it down. If we're working on correct grammar, word usage, I could type it down and then I can draw on it and then add whatever word I want. I can also change the color as I see fit. They have certain stamps that I can use, such as the arrows, check marks, the X, the star, the heart, and the question mark. Another thing I love about the whiteboard is I can save whatever is on the whiteboard. So if I'm having a really good session, we have a lot of creative sentences on this, or it's a great dynamic, or for once in my life, I actually drew up something that looked like what I wanted it to look like. There's a save icon. At the end of the session, when you exit out of Zoom, a folder pops up with all of your saved materials. I 100% suggest getting to know the whiteboard, or whatever the equivalence is on any other platform you are currently using. Once you learn the whiteboard, a lot of the other things on Zoom or whatever platform you're on becomes a lot easier to handle. And you can transfer the skills from the whiteboard to the other areas. For example, if you have an iPad or an iPhone, you could do AirDrop, which is wonderful. And let's see, I'm gonna try and do it myself. AirPlay, pick it up, and it should come in. My work offers the clinicians an iPad. That way we have the games that we can do with each other. I'm going into, I've seen other SLPs with this. So the main difficulty I find with using an iPad is I want to click on the computer, not the iPad itself. Also, you will have to clear all the drawings. I got onto this screen because I selected screen, not a particular web browser that I have up or a document that I have up. I'm just sharing my whole screen. That's how I'm doing this right now. I do not recommend sharing your full screen because guess what? Everything that's on your desktop, other people can see it. Another reason why I do not recommend sharing a screen versus the individual tabs is because of down here. Now, I don't have anything embarrassing down here. I do not mind anything down here. But what I do mind is the fact that I have a document open that says passwords. I have 2 documents open, and I generally have more because I have reports, and I don't want anyone to see that. So things to keep in mind when sharing your screen versus sharing just the website. Continuing on with security, privacy, and everything else like that, your bookmarks. Generally speaking, I like to keep mine with very limited information. Some people watching this may go, yeah, I know what some of those are. I do have specific folders for clients, such as this folder right here that's labeled CF. That stands for Clinical Fellow. That's what I currently am. I'm a speech language pathologist, clinical fellow. And inside is all my work information, insurance information, paycheck information. And then I have another folder that says Activities Online. Here are some websites that I frequently use, or it's a good idea just to have anyway, where I can click on it. The student will see I'm clicking on it. They know I'm going there. I went ahead and I right-clicked this and I muted this site because ads. Now, common sites that I go to. These websites mentioned down here, whatever, they are not websites I have to explain myself to a parent of a toddler or a parent of a child that can read. So always be cognizant of what might pop up. Speaking of which, YouTube. Whenever I have a series of YouTube videos that I may or may not play for students, such as freeze dance, stories, random videos that they like to watch, I generally have them preloaded on my web browser. I will be using the Kaboomers as an example. I will put a link just so you can have this. Yes, I right-click it.
Those emotions, they were put on hold by time, but at Claire's bridal weekend.
Now, did you think I was going to get an ad? I generally get 1 of 3 ads. I don't mind kids seeing 2 of the 3 ads. The third one is a workout, weight loss, whatever. And I don't want kids seeing that. I don't know why I get it, and I don't want to see it. So before my day starts, I just have all these opened up. I go through all the ads. So this is a home video that I am just using as an example right now. It's called Rusty Coming Home. So one thing I do with videos is whenever I pause it, I go back to annotate, and I type in there again. I try and be considerate of the font I'm using and the device that my clients are watching on. If they're watching on a computer, generally they'll see a similar size that I see. If they're on a phone, their screen is a lot smaller, so the bigger the text, the better it is, and you may not want to even try and do videos. So that is pretty much it for the tricks and tips and everything else that I do. My number one advice would be spend 5 minutes, because that's the most time we ever have at one sitting, to just explore and look around everything you have. Be mindful of what you have and what you search on the internet, because ads. Also, see about clearing out your desktop so that way there's no mistakes on accidentally sharing reports or other confidential information. Helpful websites that I use Boom Cards for like one activity. YouTube, ABCYa, link down below. I have one student that likes Go Noodle. I don't really use it, but I pick it up from YouTube. Thank you so much. I will see everyone next week. I will be giving a very quick speed therapy session to no one. Thank you so much. Have a terrific day. I hope this helps you, even if it's just a little bit. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Do I actually have a script ready? Let's try share screen again. I have a feeling this video is going to be extremely short.